You keep saying you want a different life, but wanting has protected you from one terrifying question. Have you actually decided? Because a man who wants to change still negotiates with his excuses. A man who has decided does not wake up every morning and ask himself how he feels. He does not keep reopening the case. He does not keep putting his future back on trial. He does not need a fresh wave of motivation before he honors the promise he made yesterday. You do not have a motivation problem. You have kept your future negotiable. And every time life became inconvenient, you renegotiated. You said you wanted to get in shape until you were tired. You said you wanted to build something until nobody noticed. You said you wanted to repair your finances, control your anger, become disciplined, stop wasting nights, until the work became boring. Until the old version of you whispered, "Maybe this just is not who we are." That voice has cost you years. And the most dangerous part is that it does not sound like surrender. It sounds reasonable. It says, start again Monday. Wait until things calm down. Do more research. Get your confidence back first. Maybe this is not the right season. But somehow, the right season never comes. And one day you look up and realize the dream did not die in one dramatic moment. It died through 1,000 small negotiations. There is a difference between wanting a life and deciding what kind of man you are going to be. Wanting says, I hope this works. Deciding says, I will become someone capable of carrying it. That does not mean every plan succeeds. It does not mean the world owes you the outcome. It does not mean you repeat positive words until reality obeys you. It means failure is no longer allowed to answer the question of who you are. You can lose and still continue. You can discover that your first plan was wrong without deciding that your future is impossible. A real decision does not guarantee the road. It changes the man walking it. Think about the promises you have broken to yourself. Not the promises other people remember, the private ones. The morning you said you would get up, then reached for the phone. The night you said you were done with that habit, then gave yourself one more exception. The conversation you needed to have, but postponed because silence felt easier. Every broken promise taught your mind something. It taught you that your words do not mean much. That is why you struggle to trust yourself now. Not because you are weak, not because you were born without discipline, because you have collected evidence against your own integrity. And confidence is not built by telling yourself you are powerful. Confidence is built when your actions stop making a liar out of your intentions. You do not need more belief before you move. You need one kept promise that gives belief somewhere to stand. Some of you are not afraid that your dream will fail. You are afraid to fully commit because then you will lose the excuse that you could have become more. As long as you never give everything, you can protect the fantasy. You can tell yourself you would have succeeded if you had more time, more support, more money, a better childhood, a different wife, a better boss, fewer responsibilities. Maybe some of those things really did make your life harder, but there comes a point when explaining the wound becomes another way of refusing the work. And that point is brutal because nobody announces it. There is no ceremony. You just keep repeating the same year with different dates. You stay busy enough to avoid feeling lazy, but never focused enough to become dangerous. You consume advice, save videos, make lists, talk about what you are going to build, and still avoid the action that would expose whether you are serious. Because once you act, reality gets a vote. The video may fail. The business may not sell. The application may be rejected. The person you love may not forgive you quickly. Your children may not immediately trust the new version of you. That is the part no motivational speech can remove. You may do the right thing and still wait a long time before life reflects it back. That waiting room is where most men return to who they were. Not because the old life was good, because it was familiar. At least the old version knew how to survive there. He knew how to numb himself, how to blame, how to disappear into work, entertainment, anger, food, lust, or endless planning. How to lower the standard and call it peace. But the man you are becoming cannot live on those terms. And this is where decision becomes more than desire. Decision is the moment you stop asking your old identity for permission. You do not wait until discipline feels natural. You practice discipline while every part of you still wants the old escape. You do not wait until you feel confident. You move while your hands are still shaking. You do not wait until your family applauds the change. You become consistent enough that they no longer need your explanation. So how do you turn a wish into a decision? Not with a dramatic declaration, with 4 things. First, name the man, not just the goal. A goal says, I want to lose 30 pounds. An identity says, I am becoming a man who does not use food to escape discomfort. A goal says, I want more money. An identity says, I'm becoming a man who can delay pleasure, learn valuable skills, and tell the truth about where his money goes. A goal says, I want my family to respect me. An identity says, I'm becoming a man whose presence is safe, whose word is reliable, and whose anger does not control the room. The goal tells you where to go. The identity tells you who must arrive. Second, choose one non-negotiable proof, not 10 habits. One daily act the old version of you would avoid. Walk for 30 minutes. Write 500 words. Make the sales call. Turn the phone off at 10. Read to your child. Track every dollar. Pray before you touch a screen. Do the workout even if it is ugly. Make it small enough that excuses become embarrassing, but meaningful enough that keeping it changes how you see yourself. Third, define what happens on the bad day. Everybody has a plan for the day they feel strong. Your life is decided by the rules you follow when you are tired, rejected, lonely, angry, or ashamed. So decide in advance. When you miss one day, you do not miss 2. When you want to quit, you reduce the task but keep the identity. When you fail publicly, you review the lesson before you review the comments. When the old habit calls, you do not debate it in private. You change the environment, call someone, leave the room, go outside, put distance between the urge and the decision. Build rules that protect you when your strongest self does not appear. Fourth, stop announcing the man you are becoming. Let people experience him. Your wife does not need another speech about how things will be different. Your children do not need another apology without a pattern. Your team does not need another burst of enthusiasm followed by disappearance. Your future does not need another vision board. It needs evidence. Quiet, repeated, boring evidence. The kind nobody celebrates at first. This is where most people misunderstand becoming. They think becoming the new man should feel powerful. Most of the time, it feels humiliating. Because you have to become a beginner in the life you said you wanted. You have to admit you do not know how to manage money. You do not know how to communicate without becoming defensive. You do not know how to lead. You do not know how to sit with pain without escaping it. You do not know how to finish what you start. That admission is not weakness. It is the first honest brick. The old identity survives through image. The new identity is built through truth. So stop trying to look like the man. Become willing to be seen learning how to be him. Let the first workout be weak. Let the first video be awkward. Let the first conversation be imperfect. Let the first month of discipline expose how undisciplined you were. You are not behind because the beginning looks small. You are behind when pride keeps you from beginning at all. And understand this: the moment you decide, your life may not get easier. It may get more confrontational. The people who benefited from your lack of boundaries may call you selfish. The habits that kept you numb may suddenly feel louder. The friends who were comfortable with your excuses may joke about your change. The results may remain invisible long enough to make you question everything. That is not proof that the decision was wrong. It may be the first proof that the decision is real. Because a decision creates a line. And once that line exists, everything in you that preferred the old life will try to drag you back across it. This is the threshold, the place you have reached before, the week you usually disappear, the wait where you usually reward yourself and lose momentum, the first rejection that makes you stop applying, the first argument that makes you say, "See, nothing has changed," the first quiet month that makes you abandon the work because nobody is watching. This time, do not make the threshold mean you are finished. Make it mean you have finally arrived at the part that requires a new man.
Maybe you have wasted time. Maybe more than you want to admit. Maybe you are carrying consequences that cannot be undone. Years you cannot recover. Trust you damaged. Opportunities you missed. A body you neglected. People you disappointed. A younger version of you who thought you would be farther by now. You do not need to lie about that pain. But regret becomes poison when you use yesterday to excuse another wasted today. Your past can explain you. It does not get to keep deciding for you. So make one decision before this video ends. Not a wish, not a promise built on emotion, a decision with a cost. What will you do tomorrow, whether you feel ready or not? What will you stop negotiating? What proof will you give yourself that your word is becoming trustworthy again? Write it down. Remove the escape route. Tell the truth about what it will require. Then wake up and do the smallest, honest version of it. And the next day, do it again. You will not feel transformed, not immediately. But something will begin to change. You will look at yourself differently because, for once, the man in the mirror did what he said. Then one promise becomes two. Two becomes a pattern. The pattern becomes evidence. The evidence becomes identity. And one day, people will call you disciplined. They will say you became confident, focused, reliable, different. They will not see the mornings you wanted to quit, the nights nobody cared, the quiet decisions that looked too small to matter. But you will know. You did not become this man because the universe handed you a new life. You became him because you stopped handing your decisions back to your excuses. You keep saying you want a different life. Now, decide whether your future will be allowed to trust you. And tomorrow morning, give it your answer.